you had to simultaneously open up 16 different players and start them all at the exact same
what's
time.
it called? Zyreka.
Yeah.
Zyreka was the name of the album. And because the album came with like 4 individual CDs, and you had
to put and play at the exact same time.
Yep, exactly. And it's like,
So
the Flaming Lips
ridiculous.
made this album called Zyreka, which I think is a combination of Zaire and Eureka.
Okay.
And in order to play it, like, it came with 4 CDs, and you had to get 4 different like stereos or whatever, and you had to put the CDs into each one and sync up when they were playing in order to get like
these
the
guys
full
can
experience.
royally go fuck themselves. That's ridiculous.
Or you could get it online, but it was like 16 different player apps.
Yeah, you had
there was like 16 different tracks that you had to all
like
start at the same
Napster
time.
days.
My buddy told me about it. He was like, "I did it."
It's
and I'm
insane.
like, I guess I'm not listening to the Flaming Lips anymore because I'm not going to do that.
Going on that fucking adventure for that.
No.
Are you kidding?
They're
like,
so weird.
Ugh.
I cheated. I found a version of the album that was just all of the tracks at one time.
Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And then it was fine.
What dicks? It's like, hey guys, we didn't really want to do all the production work needed for this album, so.
Oh no, they did more production.
They
fucking
did,
work.
they did like an insane amount of production. They just split it up into different CDs.
Yes.
You know what I've been really liking lately is I've been watching like a bunch of Mastodon videos.
Oh yeah.
And they like half of their videos is just them like recording in studio and playing in studio. Love watching people play music in studio.
I like watching videos like that
it's
too.
Pretty sick.
It's great.
That and are you familiar with the internet sensation Davey 504?
Oh yeah, I fucking love Davey.
Dude, Davey 504. I've
This is
made
the
you
bass
watch
guy,
it.
He's the
right?
bass guy.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
dude.
I'm a bassist by trade. Like, I know I play guitar for all the shit that
Yeah.
I do, but like, I'm an actual bassist. Like, that's the instrument that I like am good at. And watching him, it's just like help me to be what you are.
Yeah, how do you do what you do?
It's ridiculous,
Dude, I love his fucking zooms and all of his he's got like little catchphrases that he does.
Oh, yeah,
He doesn't ever laugh in any of his videos.
He started laughing.
Did he?
He hit 5 million subscribers.
So he did a laugh.
So he did a
finally
laugh
did the
reveal.
laugh reveal.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the laugh reveal.
It's ridiculous.
It's a little underwhelming.
Well,
Because
I
it's
mean,
because even when he's laughing, he's not like gregarious about it. He's just like, like that's his laugh, like it's like really subdued
I
laughter.
really want
It's
to know what that
terrible.
dude's like in real life. Like, is he as much of a troll as he is in real life?
I think he's probably a dude. Because if you watch like some of his earlier videos, he doesn't talk or anything. He just plays the bass and he kind of smiles and he gets into it and everything. And he's not so like stoic about it. And it seems like
I don't know.
later on-
You say stoic, I say autistic, but
I mean, yeah, autistoic. Yeah, he's
got some stoicism.
God, he's got videos where it's like, all right, I'm going to play 50 instruments and I'm going to play this one song using 50 different instruments. And just watching all of the basses he has, I get bass envy.
He's got a lot of basses.
I've got more guitars than I rightfully should have, but just looking at his collection of instruments is like awe-inspiring.
Well, and he does things like my favorite of the Fiverr videos.
Oh yeah,
The Fiverr videos are great.
Yes.
He'll like make this fucking insane bass track, and then he will hire people off of Fiverr to try to recreate it.
Yeah, replicate what he
And
did.
they fucking can't. Like,
No.
there's really never been one that I've seen do it.
There are people that
There's
come
a
close. There's always one guy that like costs $69.
Yeah.
And that guy's always great.
Yeah.
The $69 guy can always hang.
I will say, because of Davey 504, I've tried Fiverr, and I had a guy in France make Matt and I into cartoons, and that's where we got the little cartoon figures that we used in Hot Rocks episode
That's
cover.
awesome.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, guy in France.
And he was $20. So
Fiverr's
like,
pretty legit.
thank you, man, in France.
yeah.
Like, you've kind of changed my view of French people a little bit. You've helped my view of the French.
What was your view of French
I
people?
like the French. I
Why?
thought they were lazy, and he was not.
You thought they were lazy?
Yeah.
Why?
They had to come bail their asses out on a lot of shit, so. I don't know.
What if we had to bail their asses out of?
Like World War II?
We bailed their asses out
Yeah,
of World
sure.
War II?
We bailed them out.
Okay.
We helped.
Interesting.
We went in.
And
we
ever since then,
we stormed the beaches. And I've just been
it's
like, hey,
just
where's
like
the payback,
same song,
French?
different verse ever since World War II.
Where's the payback, French? We sent them all of our social media love when they had that tragedy in Paris.
Yeah.
Yep,
know,
we
like,
sent them thoughts.
They didn't even say thank you.
We sent them some prayers.
Yeah, we changed. There's a ton of people I know that changed their fucking
Their
profile picture to
Yeah.
that fucking stupid that stupid
And we-
equal sign.
And we fixed it.
Jesus
you
Christ.
know,
fixed
and we
all
made
the
it all
tragedy.
better. And what did France do? They didn't
Actually-
do a fucking thing. They didn't even send us a muffin basket.
I just read this morning, like literally this morning, there is an article. They had to cancel a Sum 41 show in Paris for, I think, last night because somebody started lighting like firecrackers out front and everybody was like freaking out.
Huh?
Wow.
Pussies.
So we got to bail them out of one more thing
I
now.
know. They can't even handle French Canadians over there.
Jeez.
Wow.
Yep.
I didn't realize your distaste for the French went so far.
I mean, I've never really been a fan.
Kind of like
classically.
France.
I like French Canadians.
Yeah, that's.
French Canada is my favorite Canada.
Why would you like French Canadians? Those are the worst Canadians.
They're the best ones.
That's
where the
specific
hottest.
subset.
That's where the hottest women in Canada live.
Yeah.
Is that
in
French
The
Canada.
French ones?
French Canada.
the
Oh,
French
okay.
quarter of
The
Canada.
French Canada.
So you don't like French women, but you like French Canadian
French
women?
Canadian women.
Interesting.
What about Canadian French women?
Ooh, good point.
Ooh.
I don't know what those are,
Rough
but
call. Rough call. It's a woman from France that lives in like Saskatchewan.
okay.
No,
No.
no,
No.
no. Especially if you're in Saskatchewan, it's a shitty province.
Sorry,
gross.
Marjorie.
Just kidding. Just kidding, Canada. I love all of you. It's you were
All you Canadians that are listening to
Hey,
this.
we probably have a few Canadian listeners to this podcast.
I love everyone. I just want that.
no,
to
you
be
don't.
known
You fucking troll.
out loud.
How dare you?
I love everyone.
He's gaslighting you. Don't.
I love everybody except most of the people like that I know.
Yeah, most of the people I know.
Yeah.
There's a.
I
big-
actually came on this podcast again specifically to talk shit about people we know.
really
Yeah.
perfect.
I'm down to sling some shit.
Um,
I figure it's
Yeah.
early enough in the year that by the time the next Kearley's Yearly's happens, everyone's gonna forget whatever I might have said.
Perfect.
So it's fine.
Awesome.
There's a song by Real Big Fish that I heard the other day, and it's called "I Know You Too Well to Like You Anymore" or to love you anymore. I think
That's reasonable.
it's a great song.
That's
It's real
very-
catchy. Real catchy.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely an emotion I have. It's
That's
where
fair.
you hit a point with people and you're just like, I've seen enough of behind the veil with you.
Yeah.
Like I'm good. I'm good. Done.
Wow. What a way to break up with me.
Yeah.
What a piece of
Buddy,
How
I
dare
would
you.
never. We're
I
doing
don't-
things. We're making an album this year. This is our fucking producer. We got a Jew
Hello.
producer and everything.
shit. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, we're
We've
in the
made
music
it.
business
We've
already.
made it.
That's the other reason I'm here.
Yeah, definitely.
I do want to say I did not come here to suck dick. I came here to stir shit. But I will say this is my favorite podcast I think that I've ever been on.
Aww.
And
Thank
I
you.
that means a lot because
Have you
I've
been a
been on
couple?
literal 3s of podcasts. I have been on literally some podcasts.
We're very professional. here.
And no, but also I have to hand it to you guys because you're still doing podcasts, because most people I know who start podcasts do like 2.5 of them.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh shit, like there's some work that goes into this. I'm
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
And this is what, like episode
I've
one
taken a couple
something?
breaks. I've
Yeah, a
taken
little
a
bit.
couple breaks.
Well, yeah, you can take a break from stuff, but
Yeah.
this is what? This has got to be like close to the 120.
This
Yeah.
would be 110. This would be 111 maybe 110 or 111. We had Johnny Moss on.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Johnny Moss was a real treat.
Oh, I
He's
bet.
real hard to keep on target.
I
that guy.
imagine.
I kept on trying to ask him, like he kept on referencing the Puerto Rican incident, and I was like, well, you can't just like tug at my heartstrings like that. You got to tell me what the fuck happened.
Yeah, I don't know what the Puerto Rican
It's
incident
not a good
is.
thing. It
not a
wasn't.
good
A
Is
good
it?
thing.
Is it? Was it a thing that happened to just him
Yep.
with a
Yeah.
Puerto Rican?
A few.
Few of
Oh,
them.
okay.
Few of them. Few of them got him. Few of them got old Johnny.
All right, I'm excited to listen to that one.
He doesn't talk about it. He won't go into it.
Oh,
you
he
have
won't
to
go
ask
in?
him about it in person. He didn't like to talk about it.
That seems
Didn't
like
he talk
it would
about it on the podcast?
Nah, he wouldn't. He didn't bring it up. He wouldn't say what it was. So I finally hammered it out of him after
Oh, that was after the
Yeah,
podcast?
Wait.
Damn it.
He sat here for like normally people come in podcasts and then they go.
Yeah.
Johnny lingered.
He was
I
here for a
can't
while.
imagine that he would.
Johnny
do that.
lingered like a bad smell.
I feel like this is not possibly true.
Yeah, he's.
I don't know if I like. I'd like to know what the incident is, but not so much that I'm willing to like go and ask him about it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Buddy, I fed you. You can go fuck off,
Yeah, chill out, bro.
Rocco.
Why can't we
Rocco's,
just do a podcast,
Yeah,
bro?
why you always gotta heckle the podcast?
Without
go
you
away.
without you farting in my face all the time.
Go fart in Matt's face. I like it when he farts in your face. I actually trained him to do that. That's how I am.
I'm impressed and disappointed at the same
Wouldn't
time.
that be great though if you could train your dog to just go crop dust motherfuckers?
Yeah.
Like, that'd be a hell of a power.
Yeah.
great.
Would love that.
My dog would have to go near other motherfuckers in order to do that.
You have
but
a wiener dog,
I have
correct?
he's a Chiweenie. He's
He's
a
a
half
Chiweenie.
half Chihuahua, half wiener dog.
Wow.
Wiener dogs are standoffish, and
Yeah.
then Chihuahuas are just fucking, Satan.
It's so fun because he loves us so much. Like with all his little dog heart, he loves us
Yeah.
so much, and he hates every other living thing in the world.
Yep.
And I don't know where he possibly gets that from.
It's a lot of inbreeding in
It's-
those
I-
little dogs.
I-
'Cause they're all like that.
Yeah. And then I mean, like, my fiance got him, and that probably didn't help.
Was she his dog first, or did you guys get him together?
No, Erin had him for like a month before we
Okay.
started dating, I think.
Okay, so you're kind of a step, but not really.
Yeah. We're close.
You've
It's
been-
actually been almost, I think next week is 4 years.
Is
or
it
10 days or
is it a
something.
burrower? Does your dog a burrower?
A little. Not
No.
really. Like he's.
I had my ex
What
had
a
a
weird fucking question.
I had an ex that had a dog.
I
had a
guess
miniature
Chiweenies a lot of
dachshund,
times like
miniature
to
pinscher.
burrow into like blankets and shit.
Yeah, the dachshund in them is like dachshunds are burrowers. They're like bred to hunt badgers, I think, and they fucking they burrow like this.
Yeah.
My ex's little dog would sleep on my asshole every night. It would burrow under the covers and find wherever my butthole was.
Actually,
then I
that
would-
does kind of sound like him now that I think.
and then I would warm her all night with my farts.
Oh my god. Yeah. He's a little furnace, that dog.
Yeah, dude. Like, I can't. I've started to. I used to sleep with Rocco every night. Like, I used to sleep with the dog every night.
Oh,
Can't anymore. Just
Rocco's
can't.
like. Rocco's got to be like sleeping with one of those Japanese body pillows.
He's like
It's just got
sleeping-
an anime character on the side.
Yeah, but it just it's instead of like has a hole for you to fuck it, this one just makes bad smells and
Yeah.
like occasionally throws up in your bed.
To be fair, I think
got
the
a hole.
Japanese anime pillows do that too.
Come on, buddy. That's like he's like my kid. How dare you? That's beastiphilia. It's pedophilia and bestiality in the same insult. You fucking dick.
Hysterical.
Oh, I hate you.
How no one's gonna say that? I'm sorry. It was just out there to say. It's my job. It's my job to say the things that need to be said
I was
on this
thinking
podcast.
And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to say it. Maybe Matt will do it.
They didn't need to. It didn't need to be said. He thought it. Everybody else at home was thinking it. Only you.
I just wanted to make it clear to
Gross
everyone.
bitch.
I just wanted everyone to know.
So anyway, Scott.
Oh, yeah. I'm Scott, by the way.
Hello. hey, Scott Gesser.
Hey guys, welcome to Meat Sweats. It's Scott Gesser. He's our guest today.
Hi.
I feel like it's only been like 15 minutes, so it's fine.
That details.
That's a good. That's a
within our-
good rolling intro.
That's
Yeah.
within our
Good
intro
one.
time frame.
Perfect.
That's the way we do.
Jesus, way to just fucking kill the momentum.
Well,
That's what I
honestly,
do.
you know what? I'm happy. I'm happy to be back. I'm happy I didn't have AIDS this time.
Yeah.
I'm happy I didn't have to send you guys a picture of a rectal thermometer
Ooh.
to prove that I was sick.
I can't. You just.
Which was a thing
you
that
just
you
used that because
didn't
you
ask.
wanted to. You didn't have to.
Yeah, no, I didn't. That's not even a rectal thermometer. It's just that's how it works when you want it to. That's-
That's just the most precise
Yeah,
way to
it's
take
funny how your
temperature.
rectal thermometer is shaped a lot like a dick.
It's Walgreens sells them like that. I got an employee discount when I worked there. It's not my fault.
So anyway, you're not sick. You're back on the pod. You have since dropped the album.
Yeah, the my album Chosen People Adjacent,
Fuck yeah.
which
How did that do? How did that go?
I had so much fun with that.
That was like the entire process. Watching your entire process going through that was a ton of fun. So
it was really fun. It was a lot. Every time I make a new album, it's kind of like I get Alzheimer's.
Yeah,
because I remember all the fun things about making an album, and then I forget everything else that's frustrating and horrifying about it.
That's how I feel about comedy festivals. Like every time I produce a comedy festival, I'm like, oh, this is oh, no, it's not.
We're going to do this again. Let's do it. Come on. Oh, God damn it, this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like dragging my balls over hot coals. I forgot.
It really, I like the part. I like writing. I like recording. The rest of it, not so much. Like, I hate promoting. I hate promoting so much.
That's the worst.
I hate it. I'm good with promoting shit that like I'm doing with other people.
Yeah.
Like I can promote this podcast because I can be like, you should listen to this fucking podcast, and also like my brand of bullshit will be involved on this one.
Yeah.
But like if it's just a thing that I'm doing, it's like you should give me your time and your money because I arbitrarily decided I'm going to do a thing.
Right?
And
like, who am I? I think that's hard for performers in general of like, you know, who am I to be like, give me money so I can do this thing that I like to do.
Right, exactly.
You know,
and I'm so much more like, if I'm doing something with a friend of mine to promote it that way, because that person depends on it. You know
right.
what I mean?
I think
if it's just me, it's just like
it's easier to be
myself.
like, you know, hey, like there's a bunch of like talented creative people involved in this, whatever this endeavor is.
Yeah.
As opposed to like, hey, I just decided like I'm going to make a comedy album, so you should give me $10.
Honestly, that's been like the thing about the podcast that's been the hardest for me is like the promotion part.
Yeah.
Because I do like doing all the other shit. Like I like making the episode cover. It's tedious and time consuming, but I like it. It's my chance
fun
to do something like kind of weirdly creative. And something I never really did before.
And something that like honestly, like most people in comedy don't do whatever it is beyond whatever it is they do.
And honestly, like doing the podcast has taught me how to do audio production to an extent. And because of that, I have employment now with audio production, which is just like, you know, that's beautiful.
Legit.
It's
awesome.
Working in comedy adjacent things, which is something that I'm down with. Like, you get to rub shoulders with people and shit like that. Like, it's a lot of fun. And if I didn't just go out there and try, you know, like I wouldn't have it. So
right.
I think the moral of my story is go out and try.
Reach for the fucking stars.
Yeah. If you
reach for them.
honestly, like the promotion thing, you know, it's fucking tough, but people like, how is anybody gonna know?
Right. It's,
you know,
and the thing that always like kills me because I promoted the album like a motherfucker last year. I did more shows last year than I've ever done in a single year.
Yeah.
And I ended up kind of burning myself out a little bit, but I promoted the fuck out of it. And what kills me is watching other people ask for money for nothing.
Oh yeah.
Like that always like bugs me. And it's like, I understand people have like shit that happens to them. Like I had a medical emergency last spring where I got like bit on my leg by something and ended up in the emergency room.
Your shit looks so disgusting. I remember Aaron,
it was
I had to
horrible.
host at Third Space because of that, and
that's right.
Yeah. And Aaron sends me a picture of his foot, and it's just fucking.
Yeah, my foot was like inflated.
It was like someone hooked an air pump up and just.
It was it was horrifying. Like I was freaking out. And I remember that night. Like I was like, Aaron, I can't go to Third Space with you. I have to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
And do you know how much money I crowdsourced out of that thing? $0.
Yeah.
I paid my fucking medical bills. Like with
like an adult.
I understand like some people can't do that. And to be fair, like I'm paying off one of my medical bills now, but I don't like the idea of like people giving me money and then not giving them something in return for it.
Right.
I like to earn. I mean, there's a thing to be said about earning your keep and earning your money. Like, you know, that I've never been the type of person where I don't have a job.
Right. I mean, to be fair, I just didn't have a job for 2 months.
Well,
but I also, the reason I like left my job is like, okay, I can financially support myself if I need to be.
Yeah, you had a position to do that.
Yeah. Like, had I not, I wouldn't have quit, and I would have probably gone to the hospital again. But
yeah, because you're a responsible human being.
But like, and God, Eden Alt, if you're listening, this is not virtue signaling. But
he probably does listen.
That's one. But yeah, no, it's just I'm down to help people out with shit, and I've like sent people money for like their cats and stuff like that. But I don't like the idea. Like, I can't reconcile asking people for money to help me out with something.
Yeah.
The people that are asking for money are doing it in a way where, one, it's like, it's always.
Yeah. There are a lot of people
you always need help, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And there was somebody who I cut out of my life last year where I realized that was like the foundation of our friendship was, hey, I need money, so I'm talking to you.
Oh, fuck.
And I was like,
this is the worst. I don't fuck with money.
Yeah.
Like, I never, like, anytime money's involved in a friendship, it makes it weird.
Yeah.
It's hard to, that's why I've always thought it's like a hard sell to go into business with somebody.
Yeah.
That's the illustrious roommate, Devin, home from work today. Everybody wave at Devin. Hi, Dev. Just so it wasn't weird when you guys waved out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Video.
I mean, you made it weird.
I made it weird. I'm gonna make it weird.
Yeah.
That's just my deal. That's just my deal. Look at the artwork I put on the walls. Of course, it makes shit weird. Anyway, fuck, what were we talking about? People that don't fucking
people that ask
pull
for
their
money.
weight.
And, yeah.
Like, okay. Do we need to be better about helping our fellow man, like, in the world? Yeah.
I think, like, I figure if I'm in a position where I can help somebody out with something and it's not like this is the foundation of my friendship with you or whatever, I'm down to do it. I have no, like, I gave one of my friends some money because she had taken in like a foster cat and this cat needed some sort of procedure done. And I was like, all right, I got some extra money. You can have that extra money.
Yeah.
Like, I'll donate to like charities and shit that I support. Like, I support the fuck out of trans rights. And like, I had a situation where I had posted something like a little less than a year ago. And I was like, if you're not down with trans rights, I don't know how we became friends in the first place, but like, feel free to defend your position or ask whatever questions you have to ask here. And funnily enough, two of my friends from the East Coast, who I haven't seen in forever, were like, no, I'm not, I can't get behind that. And I was like, oh, all right, we are probably not going to end this as friends, but let's have it out. Let's have the conversation. And it did not go well. Yeah. But I was like, I'm pissed because now this is like this vitriol, because there was vitriol coming from them, but then a lot of my friends who are, super liberal were like attacking them. And I was like, I was hoping this could be a discussion, but
that's what sucks is both sides get like that. Like,
everybody gets so angry and it just nothing gets solved because everyone just goes right into name calling. And I was like, all right, you know what? I got to get some like karma back on my side for this. I'm donating to a trans foundation. And so I ended up doing that. And I was just like, look, I'm not okay with how this turned out. I just gave some money to these people. If you can, you should too.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it's more like people that are always like, well, there's a comedian, and I'm not gonna say their name, but it's this lady, and she a couple of years ago had a Kickstarter or a GoFundMe or something to fund a trip that she wanted to take to do comedy in Hawaii. I think actually in New Orleans and also Hawaii. So she was like, pay for me to go entertain people who are not you.
I hate that. I hate that as much as I hate like kids going, like my kid's in choir and we're raising money for him to go sing in fucking Austria or some bullshit.
Right.
And it's just
pay
like,
for this vacation.
How fucking dare you? Like, or people coming in. Subject used to do a joke about people that come in and ask him to like donate for his kid's sports team or something, and it's just like, go fuck yourself. Like crowdfunding.
I hope that's
your,
all the
your
joke is.
parenting.
I hope it's just go fuck yourself.
Should be.
Next joke.
Next one. There's a great punchline.
My kids sell shit. They do the fundraisers through their schools. They sell shit.
I mean, yeah, you go sell magazine subscriptions or.
Yep.
But then
candy
you get
bars.
something out of it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like if I pay you for a candy bar, I'm going to get a candy bar.
You get cookie dough.
I know. I saw.
You know what I mean?
I saw
You
this
get
lady.
cookie dough is
This
great.
fucking lady in front of the Safeway over here with her kid trying to go on a choir trip, and it was just like they had a table, and it was just like, yeah, just give us money so this kid can go sing.
Sell something.
And it's like, how fucking
give
go
me a
fuck
thing at the end
yourself,
of it.
lady. You're so white. Like
It's ridiculous.
you got enough
You're
money.
so white.
You're so white. You have
fucking
enough money.
white.
How dare you?
Fuck you? Go fuck yourself, you fucking white bitch.
Bitch.
Don't like it. Don't like it. You know what I do like though, are the people selling funeral car washes. I will go hit up a funeral.
Is that
car
a
wash.
thing?
Yeah.
Funeral car wash is a big thing.
Oh, like a car wash to raise money for a
the
funeral?
funeral.
Yeah, yeah.
I was thinking a car wash
I'll go
at a
spend
funeral.
$5. Yeah, I'll let people crowdsource a funeral. That's great.
That's you know what? That's reasonable.
You know,
I don't-
'cause
yeah.
You're gonna have to crowdsource my funeral. I'm not
This-
putting anything away.
this whole stupid GoFundMe shit for fucking medical expenses. It's like if I get sick, God forbid.
Yeah.
But, high possibility. I don't really take care of myself very well. I'm overweight. I eat like shit. I'm not very active. Huge possibility. I'm getting older.
Yeah.
Got a lot of stress in my life.
Beatus is coming.
Listen, something can happen any moment. God forbid, right? God forbid. Say that happens, guess what? I'm just going to have some fucking medical bills.
Yeah.
You know why?
Yeah.
Because they can't refuse to treat me.
No.
They
Right.
have to give me the
Do no
thing to
harm,
make me
bitch.
better.
Yeah.
They have to treat me and make me better.
Yeah.
Which is fine. And then I'll have medical bills. And then I'll try to pay those medical bills.
Yeah,
Right.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Somebody-
I'm not going to ask a bunch of fucking strangers
No.
or friends if someone by the grace of God comes up and is like, "Hey, listen, I know this is really hard on you. Here's 10 grand
Yeah.
to pay your medical bills." I'd be like, "Oh my God, that's so amazing. Thank you
Yeah.
very much."
Then I pay
and
that
that's
person
something
back.
and that's something that I figure out between that person how we continue to have a better relationship not having that over. Cuz I've given people money. I've had and I'm a very giving person. Like I just
He's so giving.
I really am. Fuck you. Fuck yourself.
I was being
I was waiting for this
You
conversation.
piece of shit.
I was being
You
so
piece of shit.
sincere.
I gave
So
a friend
sincere.
I gave a friend money one time and he was like, "I'll pay you back." Never did. Repeated pattern behavior and it just totally ruined whatever relationship that we did have.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, well that'll
And I was like I was willing to give it because I had extra and he was in a situation in which he needed help and I really, really wanted to help him out. And then it
always
not
works
even
out where you feel like an asshole for doing
well,
it.
it's not even on my part that
It's
I
like
feel
fuck me for trying to be nice.
I don't feel sour about it or anything. I feel like I learned a good lesson in it, but
Yeah.
like it totally changed like his side of the relationship towards me.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
I was
really
sort
do
of on
that.
the other side. Like I was in a position. This is now like almost 10 years ago, where I had no money and I was in a jam, and a friend of mine lent me $2,000, and I was not in a position to pay back $2,000.
yeah.
$2,000's a lot of money.
$2,000's a lot of money. So for like the next, I think 4 years or something like that, I just like once a week I helped her do medical billing. And I worked my debt off.
You like worked for her?
Yeah, I worked for her.
That's great.
Like just once a week, I'd go over to her place, and like she was like, "I'll pay you X amount of money per hour, and
So
we'll
you
just
were
take
her-
it off of."
You were her medical billing serf.
Which is really funny because like,
Indentured servitude.
I am no longer like I paid off the whole debt and everything, and then like a few months later, we actually stopped being friends. And one of the things that I learned, because this person's a psychologist,
Okay.
and I learned she is now married to one of her patients.
Oh. Whoa.
Which not
That's a
gonna
no-no.
not gonna say her name either, but
Whoa.
That's a
yeah,
no-no.
that is a person I do not like, and she does not like me at all.
Really?
Oh yeah, I went to a wedding last year that she was also invited to, and when she found out I was invited, she cussed out the bride and the groom
What?
for inviting me.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
we've got that kind of relationship
that's
now.
fun.
Wow.
Jeez,
So-
how do you? And you're like one of the sweetest little Jew men I've ever met.
Out of all the little Jew men, I am
Yeah.
top 5.
Oh yeah, no,
Top
definitely.
5
You're top 5. You're my number 1.
Aw.
Yeah. It goes you and then like Bernie Sanders. Like those are my.
I'll be honest with you. You got those in the wrong order. I like Bernie Sanders way more than I like me. I can't potentially erase my own student loans.
Yeah, right.
But he might be able to do it.
See,
for
I don't
me.
have any student loans, so I don't give a fuck.
Lord knows I do. But
Matt's over here. Does he see the daggers coming out of his eyes?
dude,
Vote
Yeah.
for Bernie.
the amount of student loans that I have that I could potentially get rid of if he becomes president, I would pay to make him president because the amount of student loans dwarfs whatever I would pay.
100%. I agree.
How much do you have in student loans?
God, it's got to be like $28,000.
That's it.
Yeah, I know that's not a
That's a
lot
low
compared
number.
to a lot of people. A lot of people have like
It's a low number.
money
Look at
in
his
like
face.
100,000.
Look at his face.
Oh yeah, hi Matt.
Yeah.
Are you in the 100,000s? Do you have 6 figures?
Oh, higher.
You have 7 figures?
Not 7
Oh.
figures. I have 6 figures.
But higher than
Well,
1.
higher than 1.
God
and
almighty.
higher than 2.
Lower than
and
5.
Higher than 3.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Higher than 4.
Yeah.
Really?
He's got a house in Scottsdale.
400.
Fuck
60?
my ass.
460-ish.
That's
Which,
more money than
at
I'm
the
ever going to
moment?
have access to in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Which brings me to my new proposal for a segment on the podcast.
Yeah.
You guys tell me what you think on this. I wanna start a segment that is called "Are you smarter than a Juris Doctorate who's not doing anything with his degree?" And that's where I ask you guys a question.
That's awesome.
Oh.
And we'll see.
I hope it's about pop culture because otherwise
it's definitely
I'm
gonna be. It's definitely gonna be about pop culture. It's
Yeah.
not gonna be about the law at all.
Okay.
Perfect.
Because I
You think
might,
I remember
I
that
might
shit?
still be
No,
fucked, but
Do you know how much weed I've smoked since that
Yeah,
time?
enough to erase law school.
And or during that time?
You know what? It's amazing the amount of weed it takes to just completely erase things from your consciousness. It's not much. It's not really that much.
it's
I'm
amazing
actually-
how small the amount
Yeah,
is.
it's a tiny amount.
I'm surprised at how much I remember, to be honest. But I dump shit from my brain pretty quick.
Yeah,
I feel
same.
like there's
Do you
like,
feel like you do that? Like
the real estate in my head has a tendency to grasp onto things that do not matter at all.
Yeah.
At the expense of things that probably could conceivably matter a lot.
Yeah.
Like a thing that I know is in 2005, Will Smith and Mudvayne released they each released an album a week apart.
Said Mudvayne at my table.
Yeah.
Will get the fuck out.
No, I'm not saying anything about Mudvayne, whether or not I like other their bassist is fucking great.
You
but
love Mudvayne, we know.
so
Mudvayne.
Will Smith
know
and
you do.
Mudvayne in 2005 released albums 1 week apart, both called Lost and Found. That's a thing that I fucking know, and I'm never gonna stop knowing that because it's just permanently etched into my brain. That being said, I could not tell you the genders of most of my friends' children.
Oh yeah, no.
No idea.
I don't think you should assume either.
Yeah, you
well,
can't.
So that's
I mean,
that's
yeah.
pretty safe.
So it's actually better now.
I feel like the gender reveal now is at 18. Like there's no
Yeah.
it's inappropriate to do one before the baby's born. Like, these fucking
To
people
some
with all
degree,
their
I don't
hubris.
remember which of my friends has children.
that's yeah.
I only remember when it's just like they have like
a photo.
no, I remember when they have like obligations.
Oh, yeah.
because like he's always got something that he's doing, and it's just like fuck, you got kids.
Yeah.
Like it's so unfun.
Yeah.
Lots
Yeah.
of obligations.
Yeah, he does have a lot of obligations.
That's
You
fair.
don't though. Are you gonna? So you have recently gotten married since you've gotten married.
I haven't gotten married. I got engaged. I got engaged actually before the last time I was on the thing, but it
Yeah.
was like right before. We're getting married in April.
Okay.
I'm not supposed to tell people the day,
What?
but because so I learned a fucking lesson from when I proposed, and I don't intend to propose to anybody ever again. But if I had to like go back and do the proposal again, I would not tell anybody that I was going to do it.
Yeah.
Because the whole fucking day, like I had told a bunch of people, like I'm going to propose by the end of like December 15th. Like that was going to be the day. all day December 15th, I was getting texts and calls and messages from people like, hey, did you do it yet? Did you give her the ring? Did you propose? Did you do it? And I was like, could you fucking leave me alone?
Why did you do that? Why would you put so much extra pressure on yourself?
Because I knew I had a plan and everything. And
do you think you maybe needed that to like encourage you, like because you'd like chicken out, or
no? I knew I was gonna do it. I didn't know how. I had an idea of how I was gonna do it, and then that fell through. And I had a backup plan, and that fell through. And I had a backup plan, and that also fell through. So by the time I did propose, I had this whole fucking speech in my head for what I was going to say. And what came out was, sometimes you have a plan for how things are going to go and it doesn't turn out exactly how you think it would. And Erin got this look on her face like, are you breaking up with me? And I was like, oh, fuck, I got to backpedal. So that was rough. But no, like I had friends that were, and it was my married friends that were the worst about it. Like I had one of my married friends was like, "Oh, you should call me," and I was like, "Yeah, no, I'll call you once I've done it, and I'll let you know how it went." And she's like, "No, you should call me while you're doing it."
What?
And I was, no,
ew,
gross.
Another one of my friends got mad at me because I didn't tell her fast enough after the proposal, and I was like, let me be very clear about this.
These are all women getting mad.
It's a lot of women.
It's never a dude.
No, the dudes for the most part left me alone. But and it was all my married friends that were really like getting on my case about things. And I was like, I mean this in the meanest way possible. When I was proposing, I wasn't thinking about you at all.
Yeah.
Like not even a little.
Yeah.
You did not enter my mind until after I made the Facebook post where I told everybody. And at that point, I was like, "Oh yeah, I guess I'll message you." that was it. Like
married people, they like salivate over other people getting married.
People
like,
go,
"Oh, finally, you're joining our
Before
club."
I proposed, I had a proposal. I had a post about this other dude that I knew who got engaged, and that guy is, I believe, a rapist. And a cheater, and he still got his Tinder profile up and everything because I've got friends who have seen it.
Shit.
But
fuck this guy.
I made a post about this dude, and I was like, "Oh, when you're engaged and you're still rocking that Tinder profile," and people read the word engaged and stopped reading the rest of the post. And I had people that were going like, "Oh, congratulations! I didn't know you got engaged," and I was like, "Dude." Reading is fundamental. Read the whole thing,
dude. We switched. We had a buddy of mine left his. He would leave his Facebook open at work all the time, and we all worked at this gym. And my buddy Danny and I switched his relationship status to married with his current girlfriend. Like it had eloped.
Oh no!
And he got like 150 calls and messages, and just people like his mom called him crying.
That's hysterical.
Like fuck you! Like how dare you?
Oh my god!
I can't believe you did this. Like what were you
shit.
thinking? And just all this shit. It was one of
that is fucking
it was
horrifying.
It was one of the.
So
that's
why we're not telling people the date because
okay.
I don't want to get messages.
Are you guys gonna elope?
We're going to Vegas, and we like.
That's why I thought this had already happened.
No, we're going to Vegas in April. We have like a wedding package that we got. And
you had a Vegas wedding package.
We got a Vegas wedding package, and
I love it.
So early on, like after I proposed, Erin started looking at stuff immediately. And she was like, she found this thing, and she sends me a message, and she's like, I found a package with dueling Elvises. There's a thin Elvis and a fat Elvis. And I was like, that's amazing, and that's really funny, but I don't know if I want to look back on our wedding day and be like, man, that really was funny. Like I don't know if I want that. Like I was the sensible one in the conversation, which is a bad fucking sign for anyone who knows me. So we found a package. We're getting married outside of Caesar's Palace. They have a gazebo out there where they do weddings. So we're doing that. But what's really fucking awesome...
No dueling Elvises?
No Elvises of any sort unless one happens to be there, in which case we'll rope him in.
But dude.
Like, I mean, if one shows up, like that's just fate at that point. But
that's something borrowed and something old.
That's something...
Like those are two two ticks
old and borrowed. And possibly blued suede, depending on what his shoes are.
Yeah, but you could get like
And he's new to the wedding at that point. 'Cause we didn't know about him, so he he covers all the shit at once.
Wow.
But we're getting, as part of this thing that we got, we're getting a photo shoot. You know what the Neon Boneyard is, where they have all the old neon signs?
Yeah, okay.
We're getting a photo shoot there at dusk.
Fuck yeah.
Like right when the lights kick on.
That's dope as fuck.
I am so stoked about that because it turns out like that's part of our wedding package.
Yeah.
If you just get a photo shoot from them, like not as part of a wedding package, it costs more than our entire wedding package to do that.
What? The last time you guys went up there, you posted a bunch of pictures from there, and I was like, "That's the coolest shit I have ever
and we
seen."
went during the day, and if it's that cool during the day, at night it's got to be insane.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the TV show Las Vegas?
No.
Yeah.
Is what's his face? Josh
Duhamel?
Duhamel? Yeah.
Josh Duhamel's in it. Yeah.
Josh Duhamel.
James Caan.
And James Caan.
Oh, James Caan.
And Nikki Cox.
Nikki
Cox.
Nikki Cox now or Nikki Cox?
Nikki Cox in early 2000s. Nikki Cox.
Did she have all the fucking botched plastic surgery yet?
No,
Nice.
she looked fantastic.
So she actually still looked good.
She just had those giant boobs of hers.
Oh my
So
gosh.
big.
Yep. Jay Moore is such a lucky guy.
I don't think
he was a lucky
Yeah,
guy.
I was gonna say I don't think he's with her anymore.
I don't think they're married.
But to be
anymore.
fair, I think they were married before she started looking like
a monster.
Yeah.
I don't know what she looks like now, and I'm not gonna look it up.
Don't fuck
Don't
with your
wanna know.
don't fuck with your face, people.
Yeah.
Like,
Don't need to know.
I mean, please don't.
I had an ex that used to shoot Botox into her own face.
What?
Yeah.
That's an addiction at that point. That's like
She was
that's a
nuts.
sickness.
She was nuts.
Woof.
She looked surprised about everything all the time.
My brother had to take Botox injections for a while. But
Really?
It was because they dropped him on his head, and they were using it as like a medical thing
Okay.
to deaden nerves. So like every time it's like, oh yeah, I just got some Botox on my forehead. I'm just like, oh,
Yeah.
you fucking monster! You're not gonna have when you're like fucking 50, your face won't it's just gonna be
And she was
non-moving.
like, I think she was like 28 when she did this. Like she just was like so worried about starting to look older that she was like, I'm gonna start.
So weird.
It was.
I mean, I'm not someone who's gonna age gracefully. I'm gonna be like, I already look like I'm a shoe, so like, I'm gonna turn into just this like fucking.
You're gonna be the old woman who can live in yourself.
Yeah,
You're gonna look like
exactly.
a cigar stub.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just all ashed and just all smashed out.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So like,
Yeah.
I mean, just don't fuck with your face. I
it's-
mean, you can go get the cool sculpting stuff. I talked to this chick today. She bought one of these cool sculpting machines. You know how much those things fucking cost?
I don't even know what a cool
You know what it
sculpting
is?
machine is.
So it like freezes your fat apparently.
Oh.
Like it's like this fucking like wand thing, and they like freeze your fat with it apparently. It's 25 grand for this like little box
Machine.
that she charges $350 to just like do like an area like that big.
Wow.
Yeah. And she was and then she was like used it on myself too, and I was just like, how come you don't look better?
That's a
But yeah, that's where we're at.
$25,000 investment.
That's
for
where
a
we're at.
Thing that that can't possibly work.
Cool sculpting apparently works.
Does it
That's
really?
what they're saying. They're saying
Who
it
is
works.
saying that?
I mean, it's all over it's on the radio.
The people
here,
who
but
are selling the
people-
$25,000
Dude,
cool
bro.
sculpting box are saying it really works.
Yeah, I have this thing that there's been a lot of shit like that over the years. I have this thing that I got. I found it in my mom's basement when I was like moving all of her shit
Sounds
out.
like a dildo story.
No, it's not a dildo story. It is.
Is it a Sibian? Did you get a Sibian?
No, it's not a
Ooh.
Sibian. It's a neck sculptor. It's like a neck sculptor like workout kit. Hold on, I'm gonna go get it. It's the
This
dumbest
is,
fucking
you
thing.
have it.
I brought it because it's just so weird.
Have you ever seen? So speaking of Sibians,
Yeah.
have you ever seen those videos of people who try to read books and stuff while they're writing them?
No, that sounds hysterical.
It's really it's great to jerk off to sometimes. Anyway, what's going on, Bill?
Look at this thing. My mom had this from like I don't know what era this is from. It's got to be like the 80s because that's when the shit was just was
It's
at
a
its
nice
height.
sculptor.
This is the
It looks like a
Flexaway.
mouth guard.
Well, I don't know how it works. I have no idea how it works.
You haven't read the instructions?
There's
No.
a lot of like
But
little
it has
video?
a
it's got a VHS
it has a
tape.
VHS tape.
Do you
in it.
have a VHS player?
I don't have a VHS player. Are you
Aw.
Well,
kidding?
then we're never gonna know.
I'm sure we could find the
Damn it.
Flexaway system on YouTube and
hold on.
find a video for it. But look at it. It's got all this shit with it. It's got these little
Rubber
plugs
bands
and bands and just all this weird
there's
shit.
a whole lot of stuff.
There's
in
a
this.
lot of stuff here.
There's so much
For
there's a
those of you who
strap.
are just listening to the audio, there is a box.
away.
It's like a Russell Stover's box full of
System.
neck exercises.
It's very, very intimidating looking.
It
To
really
be perfectly honest.
Jesus.
Holy shit.
It's did you find it?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a video.
Yeah.
Did you find the video?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking play that shit. Play that shit for us, sir.
Of course, it's got the Vanessa
Oh, I love
Carlton
it.
piano thing.
My name is Erin, and I'm going to show you the proper way to use the Flexaway system. I'll just give you a few tips to make the first time around a little easier.
Oh my.
Step 1.
I don't like any of this.
There's a lip guard. Where's the lip guard?
I don't. There's a. It looks like someone has a milk mustache, but like in their mouth.
Where's the lip guard? Put the lip guard in your mouth.
I'm trying.
Oh, open that bad boy up.
I don't.
Oh, it's another one.
I do not like this at all.
What's in there?
Shield lubricant.
Hold the device as shown.
What the? I don't even see the lip guard in all of
have a
this
lip
stuff.
guard.
Do you have one?
I don't have a lip guard.
Well, that's
looks like a lip
great.
All right, we're gonna hold the device.
What?
Wait, like that?
Oh, I have a dog nose in my crotch.
Turn it around.
What's up?
No, turn it around.
Goes in like this?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it goes in like that.
I'm gonna die. No,
That's-
it goes like this.
Yeah. And
I can't do it.
this is.
I can't do it. Wait, I think. I need
Oh,
this.
good. They have the fake teeth.
Oh yeah, look in the fake teeth.
The,
That's how it should look from the inside of your mouth. Like you're biting a dick.
for those of you who are just listening to the audio on this and not watching, be glad that you're just listening to the audio on this and not watching. You look like you have rabies.
Oh god.
What am I supposed to do?
I hope your mom put that in her mouth 20 years ago. I hope your mother put that in her mouth 20 years
the
ago.
same one. There's 20-year-old mom saliva.
All right, I'm done with this. It tastes new. It tastes new.
Oh, does it?
Maybe
Yeah.
your mom's mouth tastes new.
How dare you? How dare you? She's a nice lady. She says nothing but good things about you. She asks about you, and all you do is, you spit this vitriol at her. I don't want to hear that, Matt. She's a nice lady. You treat my mother with respect. She told me she's going to give me a lot of money when she sells her house.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so we will treat Dee with much respect and whatever.
Oh my God. That was.
So yeah, that's the
That was an
Flexaway, guys.
experience.
That's the Flexaway. I have no idea how it works, and now everything's.
I know you had the recurring segment idea for like, are you smarter than Matt? I don't remember the exact wording, but I think you should make just trying to use that a recurring segment
Yeah.
on your podcast. Just every week, a new attempt.
I'll watch the video and I'll do
was,
do an instructional video of my own for the channel.
Oh my God. Do you,
Definitely check the video out this week, guys.
yeah, this.
Oh fuck, man. That was ridiculous. We just need to go pick up products from like Goodwill every week and have you try them out.
The only reason I put this in my mouth is because it was my mom's.
We'll
I
get
would
un-
never
we'll
put
get
I would never put a
Unopened
Goodwill
packages.
Yeah.
I don't
from
trust that.
Goodwill.
I don't trust that.
Damn it.
No, it's fine. It's
How do
There's
I-
monsters like opening packages and then resealing them and
Goodwill
taking
is
them to
like
Goodwill.
the cleanest. Did you know that there are dogs' mouths that are just as clean as Goodwill?
I believe that.
Definitely believe
I
that.
believe that 100%.
All right, I need to get a glass of water.
Yeah, why?
Talk amongst yourselves.
What's in your mouth? Does it taste like your mom?
Does it? Oh my god.
God damn it. These jokes just write themselves. You know what I mean?
It's this thing. I feel like I've gotten sidetracked somehow, but I
Yeah.
didn't have anything to be sidetracked from.
Yeah.
This is amazing. The fact that there's a VHS tape, I think, is my favorite part.
I love that. That's so much fun.
I think, Bill, if you do a how-to video with this, you should put it on a VHS tape so that only a select few can still watch it.
I'm gonna do it one better. I'm gonna put it on a Betamax.
Oh, there you
Yeah.
go.
Really fuck around.
Laserdisc.
Fucking Laserdisc.
Dude, I set my brother's house up. My brother moved into an apartment, and he like inherited all my dad's old electronics.
Oh,
And my old man was like a real cinephile type person. Just
Shouldn't say that.
I know it's a real dirty word. It
gross.
sounds like a
He
real
wanted
dirty
to-
word.
he wanted to fuck a bunch of sins.
Yeah. But he had he had British TV from the 60s in
Okay.
box sets. Like there was this show, The Avengers, which was like a British spy
Oh, yeah,
show.
yeah.
It was like a Get Smart-esque type thing.
Yeah.
And he had
A dude and a lady, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He had that on laser. He had all the Star Wars movies on Laserdisc because for a long time that was the only way you could get them
Oh my
in like
God.
an audio quality that he would listen to. He was like he was way bougier than he should have been.
Oh,
you know, like so my brother we set up all this shit and I set up the old Laserdisc player and everything and so he's got them all. Like wow. I know, and it's just
Those
like,
have got to be like worth a lot.
yeah,
At this
I
point.
remember when he bought a Laserdisc player that would you didn't have to take the disc out and flip it.
Oh,
Like, do you remember? Did you
that's
ever?
fancy.
Yeah,
This whole Laserdisc thing totally missed me. I think that's one of those things.
really,
that
you didn't get him?
I've
in the
never
cult,
had
like-
one. I've just
Yeah.
heard tale.
I've never even seen one.
We had a Laserdisc. And, I mean, it's literally a record size CD.
Yeah.
and they're all of like a quarter of an inch thick. They're
Yeah,
thick as
they're-
fuck, really heavy, and they're really fun to throw at people. I'm not gonna lie, you'll cut the fuck out of somebody. You throw it at you frisbee it at them.
Oh.
Oh yeah, it'll just take skin off.
Oh.
But yeah, my old man had a ton of them, and it was just like we were the only. I didn't know anybody else who had one in our
Yeah.
teeny little town. Like he was Mr. fucking tech. Like and he made like bets with technology too. Like when VHS and Betamax both came out, he was like, "Nah, VHS is gonna be the one that takes off. That's what I'm gonna buy." He bought that one. He didn't buy he didn't buy the right thing for the DVD though.
No.
When Blu-ray, do you remember HD DVD?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the red case.
Yeah.
So that came out for a minute, and it was like a battle
So it was
between
between
those
that
two
and Blu-ray.
to see which
And that's gone so fast.
right.
Yeah.
Like
Like,
it's
'cause
just done.
It's just like, yeah, dude, my car doesn't even have a fucking CD player.
No,
Oh.
no.
Which
Why
is,
would
it was the weirdest thing to me. Like, I got this brand new 2018 car with no CD player. And I was like,
Erin's car is I think 2017, and
Yeah.
she doesn't have one either.
yeah.
I was like, I need a CD player still because on occasion I've got like maybe 12 CDs at this point, but
Yeah.
I'll listen to them.
Well, they're gonna.
And-
I mean, those 12 CDs. One day they won't work.
Nope.
They're just gonna like over time they deteriorate, right? Like
I don't
the
know.
laser etchings in them like goes away.
I don't know.
I think that's a real deal. Like
Well, I know 4 of them for sure that I've had since I was a kid, and those are still holding up. But
I think it's like a 50-year type of lifespan.
maybe, like, I have no idea.
My old man had fucking like if you ever want any classical or hard rock music or anything like that, I can get you, or not hard rock, but like classical rock, like
Yeah.
the entire Who discography, all the Stones, like all that shit. But he's got just books, just those big binders
Yeah.
full. There's like 5 of them, full of CDs.
That's
if
what
you
I
ever
used
want
to
any
have.
of those, let me know.
I used to have way too many CDs, and now I've got way too many MP3s. But they take up way less space.
Right?
Yeah.
I realize I'm fighting a losing battle, but I am super anti Spotify.
Are you really?
Yeah, just because they don't pay their artistic, and if you're Taylor Swift, you don't need to get paid by Spotify. But if you're a local band or something,
Yeah.
and you like you make it's like it's less than like a tenth of a penny. I remember that. It's like decimal point 0.0004 something cents or something.
The money
every
structure on music is real crazy.
It's
It's a crazy proposition to get into the music game and expect to make money at this point in time. I think because the amount of work people do to make music is honestly given away.
Right.
And then what, you just hope that people come to a show at this point? That's because that's really the only way you have to make.
Right. That's where you make your money, is touring and everything. That's why bands for the most part are taking longer to release albums, and they just tour for way longer because they're not making money on their albums or anything the only music that I make that I try to make money on is the comedy music.
Yeah.
Just because there's a lot more time and effort that goes into that.
Well, and you're self-produced on it too, which is you're putting forth a ton of effort, and
there's a lot more time that's going into that stuff, and I'm going into a studio.
Yeah.
And just if I can break even, I'm pretty happy with how I'm doing. But I've got a Bandcamp page, and I have 22 albums right now that are not funny, just regular serious music.
Yeah.
And I do not want people to pay for that stuff. I don't all of it's you can download it, and there's a name your price option.
Yeah.
And if you put 0, it'll let you download it for $0, which is what I tell people to do. I'm I don't want to make money off of this stuff. I'm just doing this because I like making music when I'm not making the other music.
Yeah.
So that's
that's dope though.
That's the shit that I'm doing now. I'm working on.
That's like a musician's podcast almost.
Pretty much
a musician's version of a podcast where it's hey, here's a lot of the shit I've done. Go check it out for free because I like making it.
Right, exactly.
We like making,
and I'm
the
doing
podcast.
that at home. The only thing that it costs me is time.
Yeah.
So if I'm not going into a studio and I don't have any overhead,
what is the So what's studio money? What's that run? What is studio time run?
I go to I don't want to say that it's the same structure for everybody because I don't know for sure that it's the same pricing across the board. I've been working with a guy named Jalapaz. That's his actual name. It's the best Scrabble word ever. And he runs a studio in Mesa called Audio Confusion. And right now, his two big claims to fame are Andrew Jackson Jihad, or AJJ. He did all of they go by AJJ now.
Okay.
Because the times they are a-changing.
They are, yeah. You can't be associated with Andrew Jackson.
Right, exactly. I think that might actually be the thing.
You really can't. No, the guy was a monster.
Right. It would have to be Harriet Tubman Jihad if they wanted to keep going like that. So he produced he recorded all of their old albums, and he just mixed the new one that just came out. I think it came out Friday.
Okay.
And so he mixed that. And then the Ned Flanders band.
Oh yeah.
Oakley
Dokley.
He did both of their albums.
Okay.
So those are the two big ones, but he does a lot of local music. And all 4 of my comedy albums.
Where is his studio space at?
It is at it's Brown between Power and Wrecker. I think.
Never mind then. There's always do you ever see that place next to Comedy Off Main Street that was people?
Oh yeah.
They had a big gate that they could open up, and then it went back into this courtyard. Apparently, that was a recording studio.
Oh, is it?
I had no idea. I always would fantasize about going in there because it just looks so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Wanted to be a part of it.
Pretty much every time I've gone in to do an album, I think it's run about, at least for the last 2, it was just $2,500. And what I got out of that was 3 10-hour days to record, mixing and mastering all of my tracks, which... it's probably a lot for me just because I've done 16 tracks every time. All the comedy albums have a lot of songs on them. And actually, last time around, I did
16 songs is a ton.
It's a lot of songs. It's every album I think has been over an hour long.
That's insane.
Which is way too much.
We've been,
Like,
we,
that's
so
too
we've
much
been
time.
talking about doing a Judas Feast album.
Yeah.
As we've been talking with you.
Yes.
And I mean, I'm only thinking of 12 for that, so it's fucking
Which
16.
12 is, I think, like a good solid. Like
Yeah.
most of my not funny albums are 12 songs.
12 songs.
But yeah,
You
like,
just go for the gusto and you make
16
the funny
is-
ones, huh?
Somehow it's just been 16 every time, and
John Hughes callback, 16 Candles.
that's it. That's exactly why. You write 16 songs. What do you get? Another year older and deeper in debt. But yeah, so it's actually a pretty solid deal. Because like that includes the mixing and the mastering, because studio time is not cheap.
Yeah, no.
And it's entirely possible. Like, I don't know if there are other producers that offer all of that stuff for less or whatever, but I can't imagine working with anyone besides Jalapaz at this point, just because we've worked together so much that we really understand each other very well.
That's cool.
Like, he knows a lot of the time at this point, he knows what I want before I ask him.
Yeah.
Like, I'll like record a part and he'll be like, hey, I think you need to do like a high harmony right here. And I was like, I was just about to say, I need to do a high harmony over those lines.
That's important.
And yeah, so he just knows. He's very intuitive. He knows what I'm trying to do. And he knows what a pain in the ass I am to work with, and he's willing to do it anyway.
When you can partner up with someone like that who compliments you on your areas of strength and bullshit, it's truly just something you really have to hold on to. It's not how I feel about Matt.
Damn it.
Oh, yeah.
I
No,
was so,
yeah. Like, I was
just
trying
like,
to figure out where he was going with
we're
that, because
having-
I'm like,
we're-
there's no way that this is coming back in a nice way towards
we're
me.
having a moment.
Like,
But
that's
honest-
not our relationship.
but honestly,
It's so beautiful.
When I work on festivals with Brian Kearley, that's how I feel.
You feel like that about with Brian Kearley. Oh.
Oh, look at him showing the nips.
Titties.
No, I feel that way about Matt for sure too. Actually, both of them equally. I work with very well, and I've been very fortunate. It's very fortunate when you find someone you can work with well. So
Yeah.
I understand like what you mean. Like I couldn't see doing it with anybody else because
Yeah.
I couldn't see doing the podcast with anybody else, baby.
God, I often look in that chair and think of how many other people.
Scott, I know you
I
said.
would
I know you said.
love-
I know you said you were thinking about taking a step away from comedy a little bit.
Yeah.
But you got anything fun coming up?
The big things. I just finished an album that is not funny. You can stream it for free along with all my other ones at scottgesser.bandcamp.com.
Fuck yeah.
Hell
It's-
yeah.
But I'm working on another one right now that hopefully, I don't know, like next month or March or something like that, I'll have it done. But the one I just finished is super, like, it's kind of heavy because I was thinking about, like, life, like, just the world kind of sucks right now. Like, it
Yeah.
seems like we're in the darkest timeline. It seems like we're in a tunnel that doesn't have a light at the end of it, and it sucks. And so the album is kind of about that. And then after I finished that, I was like, all right, I'm fucking depressed now. Like, I tried to make the songs, I tried to make them catchy and everything because I like making earworms, but I was
Yeah.
like, this is a really depressing album. And so to contrast that, I'm working on something now that's just goofy. Like, it's not a comedy album, but it's like kind of like They Might Be Giants and a little bit like Ween.
Okay.
And like just kind of just stupid.
Just dumb.
Stupid songs that are like, two of the songs are called Please Remove Your Foot From My Throat, which is
Two of the songs
Two
are
of the
called
songs
that?
are called
and
that?
the other one is the effects of global warming on one very unfortunate bobcat.
Shit.
So
It sounds like it sounds Primus-esque.
it's
hysterical.
there's some
I want to hear strong slap bass.
like God damn it. You know what, Davey 504 would want that out of me, so I'll have to slap the bass for a couple
Slap
things.
the bass.
slap the bass, slap the like button, slap everything.
Slap
Slap your
that
mom.
like button now. Checkmate.
What's up, slappers?
What's up, slappers? Epic. We're gonna have to turn that down in the mix. I just screamed epic into the microphone. Yeah, so I'm doing that. Like just the contrast in even the album titles. The dark one that I just made is called Hand to God.
Okay.
It's not about religion. It's just about like belief and faith and bullshit and death.
Fun.
And
Hell yeah.
so to contrast that, the thing I'm working on now is called All the Good Album Titles Were Taken. So,
That's fun.
so it's, I'm expecting way more feedback on this one than on the last one.
I love it.
Nice.
So it's scottgesser.bandcamp.com.
.com.
Is it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, scottgesser.bandcamp.com.
Yeah, nobody took that name, thank God.
Right?
That would have been weird if somebody else had gotten that before I did.
Scott Gesser, and then it says Scott Gesser Comedy.
Scott Gesser. Scott Gesser 426,969.bandcamp.com. Yeah, so I'm doing that. I figure I'm going to get married in a little bit, so I should focus on that. And then, the scavenger hunt. I'm doing a scavenger hunt later this year.
You're doing
yeah.
another one?
So that's part of why I wanted to do this. So my friend Katie, who she's competed in a bunch of the scavenger hunts that I've run over the years, and
Which I've also competed in, and
Yes.
fucking amazing time.
it's so much fun.
It's a really good one.
But my biggest regret is that because I'm always running them, I can't compete.
Yeah.
Because I would know what all the shit is that has to be done. And my friend Katie last year was actually going to run one in my place, and then she got kind of behind schedule and didn't have the time to put it together. And I had a bunch of stuff just kind of waiting to go. So that's why I ran one last year. I was like, all right, if you can't run one, I actually have one that's pretty much set. So I'll run mine and you can just run yours when you're ready. So now she's doing one on March 21st.
Nice.
And she's I talked to her a lot and told her all the things that I've learned running them. Here's the stuff that works. Here's the stuff that doesn't work. This is, obviously you're going to come up with the challenges and you're going to be the brain behind this. But here's just the stuff that I think makes these things successful. So she's been really going with whatever advice I've thrown at her.
Yeah.
And I'm finally going to get to compete in one.
That's
And
dope.
I'm so excited. I don't know what any of the challenges are going to be, but if you're listening to this and you want to get involved, it's March 21st. You do need to have a team of 4 people put together and a team name beforehand. But if you hit me up on Facebook, I can add you to the event. And if you just talk to Katie, the girl that's running the event, she'll get you registered.
This is in the greater Phoenix area.
This is in the greater Phoenix area. I think the base is going to be it's based out of a place in Tempe this time around.
Okay.
Because the Sixth Sense Theater is not up and running at this point.
Is it died? It's being closed, right?
It already closed. They're just packing it up right now.
Oh, that's sad.
It's a bummer, but
R.I.P.
they'll
Sixth
find
Sense.
some stuff to do. Hopefully,
R.I.P.
They have been venue-less before, so and
Yeah,
they've made
didn't
it
they?
through.
Isn't this this is a second move for them?
They were at a place called Sol Invictus, which is actually next to what used to be Third Space.
Yeah.
For years. That's where I met them. And they closed Sol Invictus in 2013. And for a couple of years, they were just kind of, I think they were at Stand Up Scottsdale. They were at the Comedy Spot. They were at the Phoenix Center for the Arts, which was fucking the worst. And
I
fuck
do love
you,
that.
Phoenix Center for the Arts.
I do
Fuck
love
you.
that room in their basement, though.
That was where we were, and fuck that room.
Really? You don't like it?
Every time we were in that room, every single time we had a show, there was an all-children's production of Oliver directly overhead.
Oh,
Jesus
no.
I swear to God,
Christ.
I don't know how many times they need to fucking do Oliver in that space, but it was every time. And there would be children just stomping all night. We had to
I was in Oliver, and they would make us stomp, okay?
Yeah,
I
I'm
just want you to know that.
and when you were done, you were like, please, sir, I want some more.
Yeah. I wanted to do it
fucking
again.
hated that place so much. And don't get me wrong, the basement's a cool room.
It's a
the
great room.
physical room is awesome.
If you could put it anywhere else.
But if you could put it in a different building
Yeah.
without Oliver directly happening overhead.
Put it in a building where you can get beer.
Right. Yes, exactly. If you could do all that, then it would be
But
great.
it'd be dope as fuck. Like
I did like walking in that room because the floor was
I
kind
know
of springy.
it's got it's got a springy, but the floor is also kind of slope too.
Yeah.
And so it gives a visual effect towards where they have like the stage area. It's really weird.
It's
It
a
feels
weird ass room.
strange.
And yeah, I think it's supposed to be like, I think dancers use it for like ballet practice and stuff like that. So the floor is like, there's some sort of springy aspect to the floor where it like kind of like divots a little bit when you take a step there.
Fun fucking room.
It is a weird ass room.
If you ever get a chance to just go down there, I wouldn't book a show in there, but
No.
if you ever get a
It's
chance
not
to
good
just go
place to
down there,
perform. It's a
Just go
it's a
check it
great
out.
room to walk in. And oh god, yeah. Actually, we had Sixth Sense auditions there. Like we only did performances there for like a year. And then maybe like 2 years later, maybe a year later, doesn't matter. We had auditions in one of the classrooms that they have upstairs in the Phoenix Center for the Arts. And we were like, well, you know, at least we can get through these auditions without like
children stomping.
without children. Nope. There was a fucking salsa class in the room directly over us during the auditions. And I was like, we cannot get the fuck away from stomping.
Lots of stomping and salsa.
This building is a stomp haven.
house.
So
CEO is also CEO of Romper Stomper.
fucking hate that place. Anyway,
So catch Scott's new albums dropping soon. He won't be doing anything else, so you guys can go fuck yourselves.
yep.
Suck his
cheers.
dick.
Suck his big fat dick.
That's one of the. But you only have like a couple months to do it because after that I'm going to be a married man
You
and
can't suck a married dick.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. That's just where I draw the line. That's my
Yeah.
line in the sand right
Yeah.
there.
That or you'd have to fight Aaron too. And I mean,
Honestly, I would be afraid.
yeah, she'd
I'd be
beat the
very
fuck out
afraid
of
to
you.
fight Aaron.
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't fight Aaron. Are you kidding? She'd fucking kill you.
Yep.
You can catch me at the House of Comedy Valentine's weekend,
Ooh.
opening
Nice.
for K. Trevor Wilson from Letterkenny.
Amazing.
Which will be dope.
That is dope.
Super excited about that.
Hell yeah.
And then you can catch Matt thumbing his butt.
Hey, I'll be at Improv Mania on the 14th and 15th
Oh,
of
that's right.
February at
Ooh.
10 p.m.
Fuck yeah,
about
Improv
that?
Mania in Chandler. Go check
like-
Matty.
I like
Go
that
check
room,
Pop
too.
Pop out.
I do like that room.
That's a great
It's
room.
It's a
cool
10
room.
p.m. show.
10 p.m. show.
Dope.
Yeah.
Message either of us if you want to come.
I'm gonna say some silly things.
He is. He's been. Matt's been fucking cutting it up lately. It's been pretty good to watch.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Been having a good time.
I like
And,
it.
and your beard is very impressive.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
Like it's
yeah.
extra impressive knowing that you got rid of it and how fast it came back with like a
It
vengeance.
was really just a few months ago.
I hate him.
It's
Do you know how long
insane.
it took me like a year to grow this. Like, and I still can't even
See
do a
all this
mustache.
mustache hair I have?
Fuck you.
I'm gonna trim it. That's
Go
how much
fuck
there
yourself.
is.
I
Like
hate
I'm
you.
gonna have to make
I
it
hate,
so there's
I
less
hate,
mustache.
I hate you mustachioed fucks. I love all of you that watched and listened. Though.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very
Yes,
much.
Scott, thank you for coming. This has
Absolutely.
been a fantastic time as always.
Absolutely.
Much love.
Stay meaty.
Stay sweaty.
Don't fucking try to do something after I did something. You know, I had something, it worked, and you fucked it up like always.
You done?
Mean Sweats! Motherfucking Mean Sweats! Mean Sweats!